Why don't they spend, WHO or Gates or somebody, why don't they spend a small amount of money doing field trials for ivermectin to find out once and for all whether it's good or not good, so it's not some kind of anecdotal bias for or against? Why do you think they don't do that?
I think he is putting money into trials. My concern is that the trials will not show a result in favor of ivermectin.
Okay, why would that be?
Well, Bill Gates makes a lot of money out of vaccines. So if vaccines aren't needed, which is if ivermectin is more effective than the vaccines, for example, and the vaccines aren't needed, then that would not do his business model any good. And
so what you're saying is his bias is stacked in favor of the new medicines, but
yes,
even though
I think he has a conflict of interest.
Okay, so let's say he has this conflict of interest, but science is science. So how could he falsify a clinical trial? I mean, do you think that clinical?
Well, I'm not suggesting he would falsify a clinical trial, but if it's very easy to design trials in a way that they don't have sufficient power to find in favor of a medicine. And there are many ways in which trials can be designed and reported to influence. Unfortunately, this is the truth, and science at the moment is in a bit of a bad place. It's being manipulated, and the evidence, certainly with respect to ivermectin, is being manipulated. It's being, literally, there are, people being employed to represent ivermectin in a bad light, to discredit doctors who are involved in trying to improve access of people to ivermectin. And
so is this being done by so you're saying that people are being employed, people are being paid to badmouth this ivermectin because it's a threat to the pharma industry. Is this are such people being employed by the pharma industry, by Bill Gates, by WHO? Who's employing such people?
The news networks are in collaboration, and this is through the Trusted News Initiative. They're in collaboration with Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and other tech giants. So whether individuals are receiving money to report ivermectin in a bad light, or whether it's whole corporations, and the focus is not, instead of saying we're not going to allow good information on ivermectin to come through, it might be that we are not going to allow misinformation about the vaccines to come through. So this is the mandate. We're not going to allow misinformation about vaccines, and in that process, perhaps, ivermectin is being suppressed.